I had a really good response to last week's NBA Draft player comparisons video. You guys told me some more players that you want to see, and yeah, that's the topic of today's video. I'm looking at 3 soon-to-be lottery picks from the 2020 NBA Draft. What I'm going to do is break down their games, and then I'm going to give you 3 realistic comparisons for each player who share similar physical traits and skill sets. How's it going, guys? My name is Troy, and this is the Half Court Report YouTube channel. I am continuing a series today where I take a few of this year's draft prospects, break down their games, then give some comparisons to the type of NBA player they can be. So if you like these types of videos, you gotta let me know in the comments. Tell me the players you want to see in my next video, and also I need you to hit that like button as well. We are going for 600 likes on this video. And also be on the lookout for Mock Draft 5.0 that's going to be dropping on this channel later this week. Get this, I'm going to cover all 60 picks, first and second round. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subbed up so you don't miss that video. I am trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. Would really appreciate the support, please, and thank you, and let's get into today's video. The first guy is Isaac Okoro. He is a 6'6", 225-pound wing, freshman out of Auburn. He is one of the best, if not the best defender in the 2020 NBA Draft. So if you're a team without a capable wing defender, then Okoro needs to be one of the guys at the top of your board. He was an excellent defender for Auburn this past year. He made the SEC All-Defensive team. Very high IQ defender. He is going to disrupt the ball handler, and he's got a bright future as a help defender as well, recording nearly 1 block and 1 steal per game this past season. He's going to be able to guard multiple positions. He'll lock down the other team's best wing player, and that alone is going to get him some solid rotation minutes as a rookie, even if his offense is still a little bit behind. And that's what I want to talk about right now. Okoro does have some raw talent as a playmaker and a shot creator. He's also really good at finishing around the rim. He doesn't shy away from contact, and he has a good handle. He also displayed some touch in the mid-range, but his three-point shooting needs to be improved quite a bit if he's going to reach his full potential. So who does Isaac Okoro compare to? First guy I want to throw out there is OG Anunoby with the Raptors. They've got pretty similar physical profiles, and both are solid defensively. Each guy is good at finishing around the basket, and each could stand a rebound a little bit better as well. Then I also like Angre Iguadola as an Okoro comp. Iggy came into the league as a guy who couldn't really shoot, similar to Okoro, but they're both versatile forwards who can slash, serve as playmakers, defend at a high level, and they can knock down open jumpers. Then I think the ceiling for Okoro is Jimmy Butler. Both players, awesome defenders of course, and yeah, Jimmy was playing like a man possessed during the playoffs, but you gotta remember, he's never been a prolific three-point shooter, and his percentages are usually in the low to mid-30s. And it's only been the last few years that Jimmy has really upped the passing and playmaking part of his game, at least in terms of getting a good amount of assists. Next up is Onyeka Okongwu, who is a 6'9", 245-pound freshman from USC. Big dude, 7'2", wingspan, and also a big-time athlete. Most analysts put him in that second tier of prospects behind guys like James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball. Okongwu is a tremendous leaper. He runs the floor really well, and he makes good decisions with the basketball. His offensive game is mainly near the hoop. He's not afraid to do the dirty work. I would expect him to spend at least his first couple years in the league scoring off alley-oops, offensive rebounds, and shots right at the rim. His three-point game right now is basically non-existent. He only took 4 his entire time in college. With his defense at USC, Okongwu made a name for himself as a brick wall presence in the paint. Opponents really struggled to score against him, and he rejected nearly 3 shots per game, And unlike a lot of players, he's able to keep the ball in play after making a block. So all in all, more often than not, Okongwu is in the right spot on defense, which is rare for a player his age. So teams that are in need of defensive help will take a long look at Okongwu. So who does Onyeka Okongwu compare to? First name I'm going to throw out is Derrick Favors. Compared to Favors, Okongwu has more of an offensive game, better handle, and doesn't show the propensity to foul as much. But when you look at their defensive makeup, good hands, and explosion around the rim, I do see a lot of similarities. Favors' problem was just that his offense never caught up with his defense. I think Okongwu can be a two-way player, though. I see some of that in this next comp, too, with Tristan Thompson. Thompson also uses his impressive wingspan to compensate for being a shorter than average big man, but both are active defenders who are adept at drawing fouls. But again, Okongwu should be able to contribute more than Thompson ever has due to his better shooting mechanics and his work in the post. And this final comparison is Bam Adebayo, and you may be saying, Troy, that is a lazy comp. Okay, I would have agreed with you at first, but hear me out. Because I've been seeing this comparison multiple places, so I figured I needed to do some digging to see if this is actually a valid argument. First, we got to look at it through the lens of Bam when he came into the league out of Kentucky. He was not the Bam who was an all-star and just went to the NBA Finals this season. Coming into the league, both players possess lots of raw potential. They're similar in size and wingspan and can explode above the rim. Each guy also shows outstanding rebounding, shot blocking, hustle, and athleticism. And yeah, sure, Bam is more mobile and can guard similar players. Bam also has substantially developed his passing game. That may end up being the ultimate difference between the two. Otherwise, I think Okongwu and Adebayo are actually pretty close. The final player is Tyrese Haliburton, 6'5" sophomore out of Iowa State University. Plays the point guard and shooting guard position. Great size and length for either of those spots. He is solid from deep, shooting over 40% each year in college, and his ability to facilitate is among the best in this draft class. He is always looking to set up teammates for wide open looks, and I think his teammates in the NBA are going to love him for that. Recruiters and coaches alike have been extremely impressed with Haliburton's work ethic, intelligence, and selflessness that he brings to every game. I think he'd excel on a team needing a lead or secondary ball handler. His defense isn't elite, but he is a player who's going to give it his all on that end and learn from his mistakes. So who does Tyrese Haliburton compare to? One guy I see is Tomas Satoransky as a good comparison for Hallie. A lot of you might not be super familiar with Satoransky, but he was a second-round pick who played a few years with the Wizards before signing with the Bulls last offseason. He started for them this year. Both he and Haliburton have good size for either guard spot, good basketball IQ, nice feel for the game, great passing, nice defensive versatility. They can shoot well off the catch, and they have a good level of ball handling. There are also questions about Haliburton's jump shot release, same with Satoransky. Next, y'all might have heard this comparison, Lonzo Ball. That was even a comp I used when I did my Who Should Draft Tyrese video a few months back. Both are big point guards who can defend, both can pass it and make good decisions with the ball. Both had pretty similar shooting numbers in college, but Tyrese did shoot it from the line a whole lot better. Lonzo has been even worse from the line in the pros, and it wasn't until this season with New Orleans that Ball became a capable three-point shooter. I don't think Haliburton is going to have those same struggles, but he will need to get to the line more, so I see a player like Lonzo as his floor. Finally, I've heard comparisons to Michael Carter-Williams. I've heard comparisons to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I've even heard a comp to DeJounte Murray. But let me put Malcolm Brogdon out there. Just like with Haliburton, not a ton of flash to Brogdon's game, not an explosive athlete by NBA standards, doesn't have the best shooting stroke, but they're both mature players and they are a coach's dream, willing passers, solid defenders who will get the job done. Both guys know how to compete. Both guys are winners. Brogdon is beefier than Haliburton, and his strength has really helped him in the NBA. Tyrese isn't going to have that luxury, but I do see a lot of similarities between Brogdon and Haliburton. That's what I think, but let me know in the comments what you think and what players you want me to cover in my next player comparison video. If we get this video to 600 likes, I'm going to drop another player comp video next week. If you enjoy this type of stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. Trying to get to 10,000 subs by the end of the year. Would appreciate all your support. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Troy with the Half Court Report YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.